Dana White came out with a very controversial and, in my opinion, just wrong take about overpricing fans and how ticket prices will evolve in the future. Right, let me give you all the insights and my analysis in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Dana White, the OG of the fight game, yeah?
Dana White, the OG of the fight game.
I personally love Dana White. I am not one of those Dana White haters that just try to turn around everything he says and just make him look like John Jones Glazer, even though he is a little bit of a John Jones Glazer. But anyways,
this guy tickles my pickle.
Like, I'm not a Dana White hater at all. If you know me, I always support him if he's right, but I will also say if he's wrong. This time, it is that case. He is wrong. Now look, before I start, let's look at the video. This is what Dana White said.
The events keep breaking records. There must be a cap at one point. Do you think you may be reaching a point to outprice the fans?
Well, we're not close. I mean, we keep breaking the records. And I mean, if you look at what it costs to come to a UFC event, it's on par or cheaper than most big events.
So the reporter, in my opinion, had a very valid question. I was really happy to hear that question because that's something that I did several videos about and talked about a lot, how the prices are just increasing, and it's just like, who is still paying those prices? Like, are those really the real MMA fans, right? And Dana White I'm coming! With the answer that they're still far away from outpricing the fans, which means they're still, their goal is to still keep making it more expensive, right? Increasing the ticket prices, right? Really concerns me because I always check the ticket prices for nearly every event because I just like to be informed. I have a video where a lot of people always ask me about the ticket price and stuff, so always like to be informed. And they just keep rising. They keep rising, and they keep rising at a rate that is just, at a speed that is just not realistic. It's just crazy. I remember my first UFC event ever was Tom Aspinall against Curtis Blades. I paid $800 and I had floor seats, by the way. Don't get floor seats, it's pretty shitty. I had floor seats, right? I was like, I'm gonna spend all that money for floor seats and whatever. It was a fight night, it was not a pay-per-view, right? But still. Then, when I went to UFC London again, I'm butchering it right now, I don't know which event it was. No, it wasn't even a pay-per-view, UFC 286, is that possible? Leon Edwards against Kamaru Usman. I remember I paid like $450 for good seats in the middle of the arena, kind of, not too high up, not too low down, like in the middle. I had a nice view, paid like $450 or something, which was a reasonable price in my opinion and made sense.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now, when I went to UFC, the numbers 296, was it 296, December of 2023? God damn it, the years passed by fast. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Colby Covington against Leon Edwards. I paid for the same kind of seats that I paid $450 in London. They were situated a little bit at a different place, but from the height, they were kind of at the same level. I paid $850, which was like, I don't actually have that money. I don't know how I came to the idea to even book that and pay that with a credit card. You know what I mean? That was stupid, but I paid $850. And now, those prices are still up there. If you want a normal seat, a good seat where you're not in the nosebleeds, where you don't see anything, you pay at least $700 until like $1,000 just to have a normal seat. A normal seat. And we're not talking about a sport, I don't know.
This ain't no sport, do not call our sport a sport.
That happens in like the Swiss mountains with only rich people watching and stuff. We're talking about mixed martial arts, a sport that is or used to be for freaking knuckleheads.
Hey. Let me break it down, man!
The average viewer of MMA is a blue-collar worker. Who in the world has the money to afford a ticket like that, Dana? Who? Of course, the tickets are still being bought. Good for you. But who's buying those tickets? People are probably going into debt for those tickets, like I did, like doing stupid decisions for those tickets, right? Like making it a once in a lifetime experience. And otherwise you just have rich people there that don't even really enjoy the show and are just on their phone trying to make some videos to act cool and be there and show up for the co-main event. You know what I mean? That's the people you're attracting with those prices. And the real MMA fans can't really afford, and I'm speaking generally obviously, can't really afford to go to the events anymore, unless they're sitting in the nosebleeds where they don't see anything and have to watch the screen. Is that really what you want? Is that really the goal, just to break some gate records? That's the most stupid thing ever. Breaking gate records. That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. So you're proud because you have the gate record for all the arenas now, because basically what it means if you have the gate record is just you sell your tickets more expensive than anyone else. And that also goes on to the point that he made at the end, that the UFC is on par or cheaper than other big sports events. Like, bro, seriously? I'm not a math teacher, but if you have at least just 1 year in school for math, you can see that that doesn't make sense. You go to arenas where other sports take place, right? Madison Square Garden, for example, I think hockey's there, or correct me if I'm wrong, basketball, whatever, those big sports that also have big events. How come you have by far the records, I think like even like top 5 is all UFC records of the gate at Madison Square Garden, and you claim to not be more expensive than other big sport events, right? How is that possible? How can you have the gate record by far if your tickets are cheaper or the same price as from the other sport? It doesn't make any sense. And those prices are just insane. I was a football fan for most of my life until I started to become a man and started to like real sports. No hate to football, I love football, but I talk about soccer, by the way, for the Americans. If you want to go to a soccer game or football game of your favorite team, I went to Barcelona in the Camp Nou in the big stadium. You paid like, I'm butchering it now, $250 for nice seats. You get nice seats for $250. Just imagine getting nice seats at a UFC event for $250. Even on a fight night, forget it. Forget it. Maybe in the most random fight night in Sao Paulo or something, you could maybe get decent seats for like $200-300, yes. But otherwise, forget it. The ticket prices are just absolutely insane. It's just really depressing if you as a UFC fan, when I went to International Fight Week, I booked everything to go there. My whole salary from the whole year is just all for those trips to go to UFC events. That's all I'm doing with my money, right? How is it possible that I then traveled to Vegas, but I just, by the love of God, just could not afford those tickets? It was just not possible. For International Fight Week, for normal tickets, normal up the stand somewhere with the normal view, they want $1,000. I'm like, how should I pay that? How? And I'm not going to the nosebleeds for $500, paying $500 to not see anything. I'm rather going to Buffalo Wild Wings instead. You know what I mean? And it's just really sad to see, like, it's really sad to hear that from Dana. That really pissed me off a little bit.
Oh my God.
But yeah, this is just my assessment of the situation. It just doesn't make sense what he says. It's blatantly wrong, and it's definitely the wrong approach to, yeah, he's definitely outpricing the real fans. That's definitely what's happening here. Write your opinion in the comments, you guys. What do you think about this whole situation? Are you rich? Can you afford all those tickets? If so, buy some Bloodsport merch, send some money, whatever. I need to go to those events. Write in the comments, you guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, would appreciate that. Check out the Bloodsport merch, bloodshop.net, first link in the bio. Worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. Check it out, you guys, and stay bloody. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.